Known for the stormy skies that frequent the territories throughout the year.
I hope I don't poop in my pants. That's all I gotta say.
It's also a region once defined by the rise of an angsty subculture.
So tonight is controversy.
And known around the globe as a beacon of technological innovation.
In 1990, I used to be a big fan of Twin Peaks, the show.
Yeah, that's right.
There's not another in North Texas. There are only a couple of them in the U.S. right now. They've been building all over the world.
The field of creativity is unlimited, and we've tried to position ourselves such that we can access that at all times.
Barb Pkwy is taking you on this once-in-a-lifetime journey. Whether finding your next home, your favorite venue, or simply living your American dream, you can do it in the Pacific Northwest. From the Puget Sound to the Cascade Mountains to the booming metropolis of Seattle, there's a little something for everyone.
We do it in the spirit of going against the grain of the negative media, giving inspiring information, and having people walk away from our show with something of value.
You're seeing a disruption in both the real estate and the mortgage space.
A lot of people are just not willing to put in the work.
What video does is that it demands an emotional response.
You know what I love about the show? It's totally unscripted.
Thanks for coming.
It is freezing.
I'm sure it's a little bit colder than San Diego,
Absolutely.
isn't it?
I don't know if I have enough warm or clothes on me, but we'll do what we can, right?
We'll just do our best. I thought we'd start here. This is here the home of the Snoqualmie Falls at the Salish Lodge. It's one of the most visited spots in all of the greater Seattle area. And one of my favorites is back in 1990, I used to be a big fan of Twin Peaks, the show.
Yeah, that's right.
It's gotten a great cult following, and I think it's really cool, kind of dark and stormy and funky Pacific Northwest. So I thought we'd check it out.
Awesome, that's it.
Okay. One of my favorite things to bring all my new clients to here is the falls. I think it's just beautiful.
Yeah, it's so picturesque, the scenery itself. I love it.
It is. So right down here we've got the main falls.
Okay.
It falls way, way, way down there. The water is really flowing at a high rate today because we've had a lot of rain in the area. And it's really beautiful. From these windows right here at the Salish Lodge, you can have a really fantastic meal. The Salish is a high-end luxury boutique hotel.
Very nice.
We don't hide, no, just find the light in honesty, 'cause I've never been good at telling stories, yeah. We're gonna ride this wave until it breaks. We're gonna drive all day. We're gonna ride this wave until it breaks. All I know, yeah, all I know.
All right, Barb, this has been a beautiful experience. Thank you so much for showing me this.
You're welcome.
I'm excited to see what else Seattle has to offer. What do you got for me?
Next, we're going to head down to Seattle on Lake Union, and we're going to hit up Gasworks Park. I've never totally understood why it's so famous, but it is where we have our 4th of July fireworks every year, and everybody loves it.
Okay, I'm down to check it out.
Okay, let's go check it out.
Welcome back. We're taking you on a tour of one of the coolest locations in the United States, the Pacific Northwest. One of the great things about this show is you learn all about the cities you thought you already knew. I mean, I had no idea Twin Peaks was shot right outside of Seattle. Next up, Barb is taking us on a tour around Gasworks Park. Check it out.
All right, this is pretty amazing, but what the heck is it?
You know, it's pretty interesting. This is an old site of the Seattle Gas Company.
Okay.
And they've turned it into a really popular Seattle park. We have our 4th of July fireworks here.
Very cool, very cool. And it's nice view of downtown Seattle.
Yep, this area right here is called South Lake Union.
Perfect.
And part of the reason they have the fireworks here is it's surrounded by water, so the water's just packed with boats. People come here, they can be underneath the fireworks.
Okay.
And of course, you know the company Amazon.
Of course, everybody does.
Yeah, our headquarters are right down here.
Very nice, and it feels like a movie like Sleepless in Seattle, right?
Yeah,
Got that feel?
Well, you're right. So if you look out here along all these floating houseboats out there, those are the sorts of homes that Sleepless in Seattle were filmed on. And another thing that downtown Seattle is well known for that's fairly unique.
Yeah, for sure. It's just that unique look of real estate, and also just like the atmosphere is a different change from what I'm used to anyway in San Diego, right?
So yeah, I think it's a really cool part of Seattle. It's artistic and edgy and industrial. Oh my God, is that a drone up there?
Where? Oh, yeah.
Did somebody crash their drone on it? Found a piece of equipment to lose. Hey Diane, and this is the house I've been talking about, wanting to show you.
Very nice.
We are up here in Bellevue on Cougar Mountain.
Okay.
And this home is built by the Buchan builders, and they're a real classic traditional builder in Seattle. They do mostly high-end listings.
I've noticed, it's got that classic look to it, right? The vintage, but also traditional form of it.
It's very traditional. They make it just modern enough. With all the great top-of-the-line appliances and fixtures, but in a very traditional mode. But hands down, my favorite space in this house is the outdoor living room.
Of course, nice.
As you know, we're in Seattle and we get a lot of rain. So I think all home builders should put these outdoor living rooms in their houses. It's got
covered all the way through. Oh, that's cool.
Covered all the way through, gas fireplace, gas heaters. And a 48-inch grill with hood system, which is fantastic.
What type of buyer do you see purchasing this home?
My guess is probably a family, something like that. But with the main floor ensuite room, we can also have
like a
multi-generational living.
Perfect.
Which is really big in I would say these days in this part of the country.
All right, Barb, rumor has it that you do something special for your buyers. What is it?
We cater and host our buyers' housewarming parties as their thank you present for choosing to work with our team. I come from the restaurant business, and it was a perfect carryover for high-end customer service, sociability. It's just the highlight of their process, we think.
Yeah.
We send out the invitations, we send out the thank you cards, we get to mingle and meet all of their favorite family and friends, and it's really a lot of fun. Sometimes we have a little bit too much fun, but that's how we think we have a great customer base.
Well, nothing like, you're working with these clients and buyers, right? So you get to know them in the process of buying their home. So what better way than to throw them a party in their housewarming party?
We could not agree more. And it seems almost sacrilegious not to take that process all the way through and help them celebrate. We cater it, we bring wine, we bring Prosecco, we do a toast. We even have cute little aprons we've made with our team logo and our names. So we really have a lot of fun with it.
Good for you, that sounds great.
Yeah.
We live just at the trailhead of one of the many trails that run along Cougar Mountain. And you walk among huge maples and evergreens. Maple leaves as big as your head, they're just giant. This home, which sits on Cougar Mountain, 1,000 feet above Lake Sammamish, and with a beautiful view of a 10,700-foot volcano called Mount Baker, which is snow-covered year-round. You know, I love to write thrillers that are really a combination of really good stories, interesting characters, very dynamic human conflict, but also on the edge of science. And the Seattle area is very vital to that, with the University of Washington, with the Primate Research Center, with the very modern architecture that blends in with the very old architecture. It provided a very good setting, and you could really get the feel of Seattle and the surrounding area. But also, it entered into the conflict and the challenges of, trying to move across all those different terrains and meet some of the challenges that we set up in the book. You could almost feel the oxygen levels go up and the stress levels go down. And that is how I would sell Seattle to someone just coming in.
That house is so cool. Right up on the hill overlooking Lake Sammamish, that's got to be one of the best locations on the block. It just has such a thriller feel to it. It all makes sense as to why Steve Haddon chose that location. Speaking of which, if you haven't seen his novels, go check them out. I know I will. Who doesn't love a thriller? Next up, we're checking in on one of our partners in your area. Hit it.
Hello everyone, Troy Olson here with Century 21 Judge Fight. We are live in Windsong Ranch with President and partner of the Tuttle Group, Craig Martin. Craig, tell us about your vision for Windsong Ranch when the community started.
When we started in Windsong, it was my vision to have a place that took advantage of the great land, build really terrific amenities, and also have a great lifestyle where we have things going on all the time for all the members of the family to create a real community.
Craig, tell me about all the amenities that you have on site here in Windsong Ranch.
We have 600 acres of parks and open space. Eventually we'll have 30 miles of trail. We have a number of schools on the site, dog park, disc golf course, tennis courts, basketball courts, community garden. I think there are 6 lakes on site that are stocked for fishing, and we're in the process of building the first crystal lagoon in North Texas.
Craig, tell me about Crystal Lagoon and why it's so unique and special.
5 acres of surface area of water that's 8 to 10 feet deep in this area, with sandy beaches, paddleboarding, kayaking, maybe even windsurfing. I mean, this is going to be the coolest thing. There's not another one in North Texas. There are only a couple of them in the U.S. right now. They've been building them all over the world. It's turquoise, clear blue water, white sandy beaches. It looks like you're in Turks and Caicos. I mean, it is so cool. It's actually bringing the Caribbean to Prosper, Texas.
Nice. And when can the residents of Windsong Ranch expect this to be open?
It'll be open in the spring of 2019.
Sure.
Take it all in. The hearts have spoken. Let it begin.
Hey, Mark.
Ready to fly?
We're ready to fly.
Right.
How's this going to go? Can you tell us how this is going to go today?
You're each going to be tied together with a professional certified tandem instructor.
Good to know.
One-on-one. You're in front, the instructor's in back, and you are going to fly off this mountain, Pkwy Point in Issaquah, out into the blue yonder.
You ready?
I hope I don't poo-poo my pants. That's all I gotta say. How high are we?
We're at 1,700 feet over the valley, 1,800 foot mean sea level. It's a beautiful view today. It's a great day to fly.
The sun came out for us. We're pretty excited.
Yeah, I'm stoked. Thanks so much for oh my gosh, let's do this.
invited us here to jump off of this cliff, so we're all here together right now.
Waiting for that
Frozen,
moment.
but loving it.
We're gonna repay the favor by having Barb come out to our party tonight, Controversy, Beyonce versus Rihanna, and we're gonna dance all night long. Yes, this is Black Gatsby, and I'm Disco
She
Shrine.
is so extra right now.
And we
That's that last part. That's that last part.
And I'm Disco Shrine, and we are signing off the mountain like, hey.
I've been waiting for so long, just to find you. Just to find you.
Nope, won't, couldn't, I can't. Jump off a mountain? Diane, major kudos to you. I'm proud beyond words. While I catch my breath, we're sending you over to another expert in your market. Let's go.
And welcome back to The American Dream. My next guest is Troy Olson. He is the team leader of the Troy Olson team with Century 21 Judge Fight. Troy, great to see you again.
Hi, Jen. Great to see you.
So, Troy, I know that you were recently out in the field, so thank you so much for joining us now in studio. Today, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the importance of having a high-end interior decorator for your executive level clients. I know that you often work with Diane and Roy Mitchell. They are owners of Mitchell Thompson Interiors. Tell me a little bit about how your clients benefit when you work with such a high-end caliber team.
Sure. So a lot of my high-end relocation clients are moving here from other parts of the country where the style of home, the decor may be different there than we're here in North Texas. We're more of a traditional, building type of a home. So they can take, their furniture and what we have here and kind of mix them together. A lot of people don't know exactly how to do that. So I have a group that I work with here, Diane and Roy, that can really help the homeowner utilize what they have without having to buy all new furniture when they move here.
How does that process work? Do your clients meet with them and say, this is what we have and how can we make this work? What does the process look like?
What we try to do is get photos of the home that they have currently in another part of the country, so my interior decorator can see the style and the decor that they'll be working with when they come here. And then obviously when they get the home under contract here in North Dallas, they can start the process so they don't have to wait several months after they close to feel like they're living in a home again.
Absolutely, and I'm sure it makes the homes show so beautifully. Troy, I do want to give you an opportunity before I let you go today to talk about a listing that you have. This is another beautiful home. This is 637 Calliopeus Street, Little Elm, Texas. Tell me about this home.
Sure, brand new listing we just put on the market. This is a 5-bedroom, 4-bathroom, 2-car garage, just over 4,000 square feet. Currently on the market at $419,900. Would love to schedule a showing to see that property.
Absolutely, Troy. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks, Jen. Have a great day.
You as well. And be sure to stick around. We'll be right back with more of the show. And joining us now are Diane and Roy Mitchell. They are the owners of Mitchell Thompson Interiors. Thank you both so much for being on with us today.
Well, thank you.
So I think that your ears might have been burning a little bit because we were recently talking with Troy Olson about the both of you, and he really spoke of your collaboration in such high regard. I know that you are a husband and wife team. What is it like working with your spouse?
It's absolutely wonderful. We enjoy being together, whether it's on a personal level or on working with our clients in our business. And we truly appreciate each other's strengths, and that makes us a stronger team.
So Diane, then tell me, how do you think that your clients benefit from working with you both?
We offer both a male and a female perspective, and I think it immediately sets the family at ease because we typically take a lot of time to really listen to our clients, what they're trying to accomplish in their home, try to get a real sense of the kind of home that they want to live in, being attentive to both the function of the home as well as the style and the beauty. And when we have both a male and a female perspective, everybody feels heard. A lot of times we're called upon to be that objective third party because, as we know, all husbands and wives have different views on style and function and what's important and what's not important. And so we can come in and look at the property, look at the lifestyle, and help them come to a compromise where everybody feels happy.
So Roy, do you think that that's a critical component of what you two have built your reputation upon, is listening to your clients and their interests?
Oh, most certainly. I think the husband feels very comfortable that his needs are being listened to, taking his ideas of what he likes for the room.
Isn't that so often the case that the woman takes over?
You know, that the house is the lady's domain. She takes care of the house. Normally the man's in the garage or taking care of his car. But, you know, the main thing is his cave. He wants to be comfortable. He has his favorite chair, and that's basically what matters to a lot of the guys.
Sure, but you guys do a great job in reflecting both the husband and wife throughout the home, because even if the man's domain might be somewhere else or a room in particular, you want to be reflected in your own home. When you come home and you walk through that door, you want to see yourself in that space. Diane, I know that you have a client that has told you a fabulous story that she goes on and tells a lot of people about working with you and how you really helped her with her son. Tell me a little bit about this story.
Yes, when she bought this home, her son was working for Young Life here in Dallas. He still does. And he often hosts events in her home. And so we did a lot of thinking about how to accommodate anywhere between 30 and 40 people on a regular, almost weekly basis. And she's been in the home for 4 years now, and she loves to tell the story about how we put such beautiful quality furnishings in her home that these kids move around every single week, put it all back together. They've held up beautifully. The room goes back together looking exactly as we originally envisioned it. And she's just so proud and happy to offer this space for her son's mission.
Dan, for high-end residential interiors, what value do you contribute to the process that goes really beyond just creating a vision for the home?
Well, Roy and I have over 40 years experience combined, and we know that what we represent is what our clients want, and that is the top quality of everything that we do in their home and every piece of furnishing that we place in their home. So we have spent a great deal of time and energy refining our sources and our vendors. And our attention to this detail and this level of quality ultimately saves our clients a lot of time, and it actually saves them a lot of heartache because we've already qualified the sources, and that means that they're going to get the best. And if there happens to be any kind of a problem, we know that the sources we use are going to have excellent customer service to follow up and solve it.
Absolutely.
In addition to that, the personalized approach that we take to design, I mean, we'll take items of sentimental value and incorporate them to a design. If we have an odd-shaped room, we have resources that can custom build any piece of furnishing that we want. We can custom create wallpapers for logos or specific motifs. The field of creativity is unlimited, and we've tried to position ourselves such that we can access that at all times and tap our talent on behalf of our clients, so that at the end of the day, and the true joy of us loving what we do is that when they come home, they feel they love the home they live in.
That's how you know you've done it right.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you both so much for being on with us today and for your time. And we wish you nothing but success in the future.
Thank you so much.
And we'll be right back with more of The American Dream.
Should you pay points? That is a question we get all the time. A point is a percentage of your loan amount. When you get charged a point, it's typically in a discount or an origination point, and it is only used these days to buy down your interest rate. You always want to see three options, in my opinion. One with paying a point to get a below market rate, one at what we call the par rate. That's the rate that you don't pay anything extra to get that rate, and the lender doesn't give you a lender credit to get that rate. And then a rate that's a little higher that the lender can issue you a lender credit to cover some closing costs. Those are the three best options to look at to weigh out what's right for you. You may want to look at paying a point if maybe you're at the top end of your range and you want to make sure you keep that payment as low as possible, and you know you're going to be in that home for over 5 years. Typically, it doesn't make sense to pay points unless you're going to be in the home long term. Obviously, for the exact details of your specific situation, get with your lender, or you can call us and we'd love to get you a digital mortgage analysis that can go over that for you. That's your Mortgage Minute. See you next week.
Can't stop me now. Can't stop me now. Can't stop me now. I'm just doing what I do. Won't stop doing what I do. Can't stop me now. Ain't backing down. Can't stop me now. I'm just doing what I do. Won't stop doing what I do. Can't stop me now. Can't stop me now. Can't stop me now. Can't stop me now. I'm just doing what
This makes me want to move to Seattle. It's awesome and it checks all the boxes. Scenic, Twin Peaks, jumping off mountains, beautiful parks, and some of the coolest nightlife. Sign me up.
won't stop doing what I do.